Broccoli is one of those great vegetables that tastes good both fresh and frozen. So when I have a bunch of extra like I do today, I'll freeze it up. To make the best frozen broccoli, there's just a couple of steps. Now this one I got from the store, but if I had pulled it out of my garden, my first step would be to brine it. I would put 1 gallon of water and 1 cup of salt into my bowl, and then I would allow the broccoli to sit in that for half an hour. And the purpose for this is so that if any bugs or anything are inside the heads of broccoli, it'll cause them to come out. A very important step. The next step is to cut the flowerets down to a size that's manageable for biting. The first couple times I froze broccoli, I actually froze them so big that it was a little bit difficult for us when it was time to eat, because of course you're not going to want to cut them later, so really cut them to the correct size right now. This one would be kind of a little bit on the edge for me, but something like this I would definitely want to cut smaller. And one of these flowerets I would cut right in half. So you just remove any of the leaves, and then remove the big stems, and then cut them down to size. Generally speaking, you want to do a floweret that's pretty tight for this. And then I just put the flowerets in my Low Country Boil basket. This has worked really well for me for the blanching. Now I'll place my broccoli in my boiling water. I'll put it back on the stove, and I'll allow it to blanch for 3 minutes. If I was doing larger flowerets, I would do 4 minutes. I then remove it from the heat, and I'll pull out my basket. Now, if I didn't have this kind of a pot, what I would have to do is just use a ladle that had holes in it, and I could pull them out individually. The steam is very hot too, so I have to be careful about that. And then I'll let it drain for a few minutes on the tray. Now that the majority of the water has drained out, which I could have done in a colander if I didn't have one of these, I'll place it on a clean towel, or I could do this with paper towels if you have those. I don't actually have paper towels, but my goal is to get these flowerets as dry as possible before I actually freeze them. And I'll have to do this in 2 batches because I have so many today. I just kind of spread it out on my towel, and then I'll use another towel to go over the top and just blot it, trying to get out as much of that extra moisture as I can. This is one of the things that keeps them from sticking to each other as much. I then have a baking sheet, which I've lined with a silicone mat. You don't have to do the silicone mat, but it does make it a little bit easier later. And I'll place all those flowerets right on it. Some people will just take the flowerets and put them right into a bag at this point, but I really feel like it's beneficial to put them on the tray, because then it makes it so that I can have them broken up into little pieces, and I don't have to, cook up a whole gallon of broccoli unless I want to. I can take out a little bit at a time, like if I'm just gonna throw a little bit into a lunch or something. And you can see just what a pretty color they are now. It's always incredible to me how that little bit of the extra step of blanching can make a difference. Now that my tray is fully loaded, I'll put it in the freezer, and I'll let it freeze for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. These have been in the freezer for about 6 hours at this point, and they're nice and frozen through. Now I'll write on my bag before I put anything in it. It tends to do better. So I'll not only write broccoli on it, but I'll also write the month that I put it in and the year. It seems like you would remember what was in the bag, but that's not always the case. I have a large family, so a gallon-sized bag is great for me, but if you have a smaller family, the quart-sized freezer bag might be better. I put them in the bag fairly quickly because I don't want them to thaw. If they do thaw, then as they refreeze, they'll stick together, and that's the whole reason I froze them on the tray. Now it's nice because I can just reach in and grab some, as opposed to having to bring out a whole brick of frozen broccoli. This is my favorite way to freeze anything. Freeze it on a tray first, then put it in the bag. And I try to get as much of the air out as I can. That air is what leads to a freezer burn. And then I squish it flat so that it'll stack well. And I'll place that in my freezer, and that should be good for about 6 months to a year.